It's day 6 and we're holding strong, still on course here. Today's video is actually going to be a response to an email I got yesterday. And I won't say the person's name because they asked me not to in case I do make it a video, but they asked if I could answer some questions. His main question was, what's the one thing I recommend doing for setting up the business? What's the main thing to get done and set up for the business? And I told him, well, there isn't just one main thing that outweighs the other, because the main thing that would help set up the business is encompassing about multiple aspects. You sort of can't get one without the other. And he asked for more information, and this is your more information. It's not one main thing that you have to do for the business. It's actually about, at least for me, it's about five main things I would suggest doing business-wise, not encompass or have anything to do with food or anything like that. Just 5. Get these done before you do your first event because they're needed. I'm going to go through them a little bit, but we're going to definitely go in detail in some other videos. But in order for me to remember, I had to go back and find my first book that I was writing everything in. This is a little worse for wear, but it works. And it's on this page right here. So, top 5. First and foremost, set up and get your LLC. You can do that online. There's multiple websites that can do it for you. I personally used incfile.com because they were the cheapest alternative at the time. Customer service was great. They basically take care of all the paperwork for you, and they charge a very small fee for that, because when you find out the filing cost for your state and then you see what they charge, they're barely making any money, but it's such a wonderful service. So I'll definitely have the link for them and all the links of what I used below in the description. So check that out if you're really looking to get started. Number 2, after you get your LLC, which you really have to get your LLC to get this. Some people say you don't, but I say get your LLC first. Then go get your Tax ID. Now you can get a Tax ID just using your social. And the reason why you don't want to do that is because it ties into the next must-have, which is your bank account. Now, I set up my business and my Tax ID with using the LLC that I created. Then I went and got my Tax ID. And I did that under the business because I didn't want to have any affiliation with my personal. If anything goes sideways, they can go after the company, not me. So with that being said, when you go ahead up and set up your bank account, number 3, the biggest mistake a lot of people make, they go ahead and they set up a bank account with the bank they bank with. Follow that? They open up a bank account with the bank they bank with. I didn't do that. I set up my business account with a bank that I had no affiliation with, and I actually like this bank because they don't charge any fees. Unless I'm depositing over $50,000 a day, they're not charging me anything. The account is free. It's a free business account. There's no limit that has to occur to it. There's no deposit amount that has to happen every single month. It's just a free business account. I also like it because they have a free Coinstar machine. And I'll explain to you in an upcoming video why that was so important to me. But having a free Coinstar machine is amazing. A lot of places charge you, 10 to 15% on whatever it is you put in there to convert the money over. So that's why I use them. So far, your LLC, your Tax ID, your bank account with a bank that you don't bank with. Number 4. Ooh, what was number 4? I like this one. Set up a Square account. Okay, you can use Square, you can use Clover, you can use whatever you think works for you. I decided to use Square because it worked best for me. Square works great right now because the percentage they charge is very minute for everything you get. It's very versatile. All of them are. It just takes some research and digging to see which works best for you. Finally, number 5, the last and final bit to do for the business is get yourself a good website. Buy your domain. Whatever your business name is, try to make sure you can just have it out there as a domain. Mine is eatfood.com. Great, works really, really well. It was very easy to get. I got it through Squarespace, not to be confused with Square mobile payment, but Squarespace. I love the website. It works great. They run off of templates. There's a template for almost every genre you can think of. Won't go fully in depth right now, but I definitely recommend checking out Squarespace. You can accept payments. They offer emails through there. There's a ton. But definitely suggest your last thing to do is get your website. So far, let's recap what everything is. We're going to file for an LLC, get your tax ID, open up your bank account, get some form of mobile payment system, Square, Clover, any of the multi-platforms out there. And lastly, get yourself a website, which once again, I used Squarespace. It's not a plug, but these are what worked for me. Maybe you'll find what works for you. If you're worried about the cost on all of this, to be honest with you, I believe my total cost was under $300. I believe it was just under 300 bucks, and that's maybe a slight overestimation. But for 300 bucks to get up and going with things that you actually need, that you can then write off because you're a business, that's not a huge ask or a huge amount to get your business up and running. Now, I'll go further in detail with each of these in future videos, but to answer your question, Mr. Emailer, these are my top 5 things that I'd recommend you do for your business from the very beginning. So today's ask is do one of these things. If you can do 5 of these things, if you've been running your business for a few weeks, a few months, or a year, and you don't have any of these things, get these things, because taxes are serious. Uncle Sam doesn't play, so make sure you're set up. You're setting yourself up for success, and you're protecting your personal life from your business. So get those set up, get them fully up and running. If you have any questions, the email's below. I'll probably put it across the screen here somewhere. I'll have the links to all of this in the descriptions as well. Please reach out to me. I'm always up because the smoker's always running. So if you have questions, let me know. But that's it for today's video. This is day 6. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. I've loved making it. I'll see you tomorrow. Smokers make money.